Friday for two Katsina villages as bandits attack leaves 30 persons dead. President Muhammadu Buhari cautions leaders against reprisal attacks. Plus, efforts at turning the tide of recurrent fire outbreaks upswing as the nation's fire service builds capacity for personnel nationwide. These and more to come your way on this edition of Panorama. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Ian Ray John. We begin in Lagos, where traders at the popular Abuja market in Lagos again witnessed another fire outbreak today as 6 containers loaded with different alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks exploded in fire. Diana Ajale reports that the fire was curtailed through the efforts of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency and other related agencies on ground.
Lagos State is a commercial hub with over 20 million people, but yet faced with frequent fire outbreak and building collapse, especially around the markets area. The fire outbreak, which occurred Sunday morning, affected 6 containers of various drinks. According to eyewitnesses, it was as a result of overheating from the containers.
We don't think it's all that much. We are even scared that all this place is in danger. So, but by the grace of God, it is just few.
Thank God for Lagos State Fire Service. It came at the right time.
Director General, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency advised the public to be mindful of how they store flammable goods.
The fire affected about 6 continents, and we are able to control the spread of the fire, and you can see that we are on top of the challenges and we are putting off the fire.
No casualty was recorded before the fire was curtailed. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA.
Of President Muhammadu Buhari to the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service to map out strategies to combat the recurring fire outbreaks in the country. The Federal Fire Service has flagged off a nationwide training for state fire services in Katsina State. Doi Dia is standing by with the update.
The nationwide training for fire services, state fire services across Nigeria is kicking off here in Katsina State, and this is part of the measures as directed by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, to the Federal Fire Service to ensure that measures are put in place to mitigate against further outbreaks of fire incidences last year. And the Federal Fire Service in Liman is leading the all epoch-making event. Can you tell us this training, what informed it, and what are the basic training that these officers will be exposed to?
Thank you very much. We are trying to protect fire service in Nigeria, and one of the gaps that we noticed is lack of training of firefighters, both at the federal and the state level. And as God will have the Honorable Minister of Interior, approved establishment of 6 training squads in each of the siege of political zone, and that of Northwest is in Kenkia here in Katsina State, and where the training is going to last for 2 weeks, and it will be on incident command and flood disaster management. And the states within this zone are serving, and each state is nominating 10-10, and Katsina being host is sending 15 personnel, so we're expecting about 75 state firefighters to come here, so we train them on how to handle the disasters in the country, and that will help us to deliver our services to public very efficiently.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Like you read from the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, this is not just going to be a one-stop event. It's still going to cut across the country and is going to continue. And it is all to ensure that lives and properties of Nigerians are protected. And of course, Nigerians to get exposed to those tips that can help them be safe, especially whenever there is outbreak of fire. As the events continue here, we'll bring you updates. For now, those are the informations available right now.
Many thanks, Dwayne. I have with me in the studio live the controller of fire, Thompson Mohammed Olatunji, to speak more on the efforts by the fire service to the personnel nationwide in responding to the disaster. Many thanks for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
So, recurrent fire outbreaks in different parts of the country actually left on its trail losses of property and of lives, and so much damage in the country so far. Glad to know that a lot of investment has been channeled into capacity building of your personnel. Can you bring us up to speed with that?
Yeah, thank you. Like you rightly introduced me, Thompson Mohammed, controller of fire. Thompson Mohammed Olatunji from Federal Fire Service. You see, because of what has been going on, this incidences of fire in Nigeria is a big concern to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In fact, immediately it came to power, 2015, Federal Fire Service has been developing. We have been seeing a lot of changes in Federal Fire Service, and this has been the result of what has been going on throughout the Federation. This gives the President the concern to direct the present Minister of Interior, Ogbe Rauf Adegbeshola, to mandate the Controller General of Federal Fire Service, Dr. Ibrahim Alhaji, to train our officers, because they realize most of the problems the state fire are having is lack of training. So, hence, the minister, the Controller General, especially established 6 zones to train all these state fire services, make sure they are up to date, so as to reduce that going on right now because of this training. Then we have Kwara. Then we have of Southwest, Elisha, Osun State. Then in the Southeast, Abia, Umaya. Then in the South, we have Calabar, which is Cross River States. So these are the 6 states that have been approved by the minister for the federal services to go around and train all the states.
No, okay, fine. What would you say facilities is concerned?
In fact, Federal Fire Service was going into an abyss. When he came in, then he had to pull us out of the abyss.
So what you're saying is that you have the facilities.
In fact, we are capable. Federal has the materials and human capital, human resources to program to be done. And in fact, it has been going on.
Okay.
Continue to be doing. The nation will have to benefit from it microeconomically and macroeconomically.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Thank you very much.
And of course, I'm sure would be able to curtail some of the losses.
Some of the losses, yes. Most of these problems being come up will be reduced completely.
Right. Thank you so much. At this point, let's cut some messages. I'll be back shortly.
The struggle for a tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot, at this point in history, afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA.
Let's stop fighting it. Where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child, it doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding. No matter where you come from.
country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
Glad to have you back. No fewer than 30 people have been killed by armed bandits and property worth millions of naira destroyed at Sayawa and Danka villages in Batsari local government area of Katsina State. Abdul Malik Hassan reports that the bandits stormed the villages at midnight Friday.
The residents of the two villages have since the emergence of the insurgency been living in a relative peace. However, the attack by the bandits on the residents on Friday have changed the mood of the two villages, Dankar and Zonwa. As at the time NTA News visited the villages, they were in total silence, the remaining people looking gloomy and brooding over the unfortunate midnight attack. The inferno led to the death of 13 people, including women and infant children, and remaining 17 trying to escape the fire were shot dead in the villages. They stormed the villages, locked down the residents who are sleeping in their houses and set the houses ablaze. They destroyed our properties and now we are homeless. NTA News observed that some of those left have fled the villages to another safe place. The Katsina State Police Commissioner Sanusi Buba visited the area to assess the level of damage.
No network here, and then also the distance and the bad road, that notwithstanding, they're able to come and engage them to a large extent. His Excellency has done his best in ensuring that sanity is brought to bear.
He said critical investigation will be carried out to ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. The attack was coming less than 2 months since the state government restricted the motorcycles from the hours of 7 p.m. in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the latest round of attacks on farmers by bandits in Damkal and Tangawa villages in Batsari local government area of Katsina State, saying that killing people in the name of revenge is unacceptable. Reacting to the incident, which razed many homes and killed many over the weekend, the president wants that no one in the country has a right to take laws into their hands by the way of self-help or revenge. The president stressed that local communities should hand over suspects to law enforcement authorities instead of meting out capital punishment, which creates a cycle of revenge and counter-revenge. He urged community leaders and the local authorities to continue to partner with law enforcement agencies that engender peace between farmers and herders. The president stressed that authorities must be allowed to investigate and deal with any breach that occurs, as there is no place for violence in a decent society. President Buhari prayed God to comfort families that have lost loved ones in the attack and repose the souls of victims. And security, the Nigerian Air Force has graduated 2,079 personnel after undergoing 6 months military training. Chief of Staff Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar says the training and retraining of personnel underscores the desire of the force to win the fight against insurgency and other forms of criminality in the country. Muhammad Umar Ajinge reports.
This is the moment they have been waiting for after 24 weeks of intensive military training. The recruits are equipped with the required skills to discharge their responsibility of protecting the territorial integrity of the country. The reviewing officer of the Parade Chief of the Air Staff Air Marshal Sadiq Baba Abubakar re-emphasized the readiness of the force to bring to an end attacks by Boko Haram in the northeast.
The Nigerian Air Force has made some remarkable strides in its restructuring efforts. The establishment of the Special Operations Command was carefully considered to address the challenges of asymmetric warfare, such as the one posed by Boko Haram terrorists.
A number of prestigious awards were presented to the personnel who distinguished themselves, including Chief of the Air Staff Award won by Recruit Muhammad. Meanwhile, to provide a decent accommodation for the personnel, the Chief of Air Staff inaugurated 3 blocks of flats built for airmen instructors. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umarajingi, NTA News.
The instrument landing system, which has been affecting flight operations at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, is presently undergoing calibration. General Manager, Public Relations of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, Sam Adurwe, said although there is sizable improvement in flight operations since the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sarikin, intervened, but the decision to land under any climatic condition is the responsibility of operators. He explained that in the event of flight cancellations or diversion, operators must ensure that necessary measures are put in place to cushion the effects on their passengers. Michael Olaleye reports that passengers are still traveling to Ghana and other countries in the region, while Virgin Atlantic was finalizing outbound journey to Heathrow as at the time of this report. Now, to further strengthen the agricultural sector for maximum output, the UN Women is introducing an empowerment scheme that will harness potentials inherent in the rice value chain in Ebonyi State. Chika Okori witnessed the launch and now reports.
This UN Women Flagship Scheme will provide modern agricultural techniques, improve seedlings and post-harvest infrastructure to reduce wastages, especially in rice value chain. For the beneficiaries, the project is a dream come true, as drudgery will soon be a thing of the past.
But I'm very grateful that I'm one of the beneficiaries. This program will enable us to get more.
On behalf of the Governor, Dr. Kelechi wants the development partners to take into cognizance the peculiarities of Ebonyi, where women empowerment has advanced through resolute efforts matched with visible actions.
We're doing well in trying to elevate our women to the status of entrepreneurs. As a state government, we shall give all the support that UN Women in Nigeria requires.
Mainstreaming women who contribute over 60% agricultural workforce will result in reducing food insecurity, promote employment opportunities, income generation, enhance the standard of living, as well as strengthen the federal government's economic recovery and growth plan.
This particular program that we're launching today is part of our work here to help the government of Nigeria and Ebonyi State in particular to advance the SDGs.
The program steering committee was inaugurated to build stronger synergy among stakeholders towards promoting agribusiness, including gender gap. In Abakaliki, Chika Ukore, NTA.
Acts of violence and lawlessness over the Supreme Court judgment on the state governorship election, stressing that such temptations must be resisted in the greater interest of Bielsa and the country. Silva, in a statement, apologizes to President Muhammadu Buhari, the First Lady, and members of their entourage who had prepared to witness the inauguration of the LDC candidate for any inconvenience caused by the development. The leadership of the Progressives Congress, APC, he says, has directed its team of legal experts to study the situation critically and prefer legal options available to the party. Accordingly, the minister therefore urges all to remain faithful to and have confidence in the wisdom and ability of the party to provide direction at this very sensitive time. He assures the president and APC hierarchy that despite the temporary setback, APC in Bielsa remains strong and its members resolute in support of the ideal as envisioned by President Muhammadu Buhari. And now talking sports, a local derby in Umwa between Abia Warriors and Enyimba ended in violence, leading to the match officials calling it off. Amanzi Marcus has the details.
The second phase of the 2019-2020 Nigeria Professional Football League began on Sunday as Warri Wolves beat Katsina United 2-0, with Kwara United and Rivers United sharing the points in a 1-1 draw. Lobby Stars lost in Bauchi to Tourists 4-0.